Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is episode 38 of my gameplay series in No Man's Land, so if this is what you're looking for, then please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back, episode 38. This is literally exactly where we left off from episode 37, so I'm out here baling away, getting our straw bales out. Our combine is knocking this... Compared to the, I mean, think about how fast we upgraded. We didn't go from like, you know, a slightly smaller combine to that one. We went from the New Holland, the TX, to that thing. So we're just knocking out fields like crazy. This is, I mean, our harvest is going to take us 10 minutes in real life. And in game, I guess, technically, because they're at one time, so it'll be the same. But, oh man. I mean, I can almost hardly bale as fast as that thing is keeping up. It's ridiculous. So a couple of you commented, Kyle commented and Terry commented that with the auto stack that I should back into the shelter first, then tip it up, which that actually would probably work. So we're going to try that before we ditch it, because I would rather have the higher stacks just because it makes it easier and it takes up less space. So we're going to try that first, but if that doesn't work, we're probably going to go with, and I know Martin L commented saying, hey, you should go with the Anderson, the slide off the back, which that'll probably be what we'll go with if we can't get the other one to work. So ideally we get that one to work because one, it's Farmer Cop, so it's cool, and two, I actually prefer to have the higher stacks just because it takes up less space. But well, we're caught up here again, so let's go ahead and, well, he's almost full, so let's go get the one of the map here. Okay. Yes, so we do need to deal with grass today. Another thing that Martin L commented, which I definitely agree with and I was thinking about, is this area right here, right in front of us, that we this section, not this one, but it's hard to point. You can't really point. The one I'm driving on right now, this grass area here, we might as well make it into a grass field. I mean, that's what we use it as. So I'm either going to make it into a grass field, or I'm going to extend it as part of this field and make a really long field that goes all the way down, which I'm kind of on the edge of. I want to do it as maybe a field. I'm thinking I want to do it as a field that extends this one. I think that's what I'm actually going to do. I don't think I'm going to use it as... Was he full? Of course, right there. Right there. But yeah, I think I just want to keep getting... I want to have the ability, especially with our combine that we have now, I want to have the ability to do more crops. And I think having such a long field like that, these straw swaths, I'm going to do straw crops, there we go, if I can use English, then when we do that, it'll make it just easier to use, like the pelletizer, which, you know, we have so many things we need to get upgraded. We have the combines, we have tractors that we need for now. We do need to eventually purchase a nice bigger tractor, like the Massey. Would probably want to make a purchase for that. But the other thing we need to upgrade is we need another slurry tanker that's going to, I mean, we're getting big fields to just kind of upgrade our operation. For the time being, I'm okay with the one we have, but we definitely need to upgrade it. The other thing looking at getting is the Primos. I think we do need to buy our own Primos, because that's going to allow us to get more money faster if we're going to do a lot of pelleting, which I want to do more and more pelleting as we go. Because then we can do hay pelleting, and then maybe not even do silage at all and just do hay. Just do strictly hay, stop doing our silage operation and just do pelleting. That would actually be more profitable for us as far as everything goes. We still could do maybe silage harvest as far as corn goes, like do corn stuff, but that guy's full. Well, anyhow. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. I did add in, let me get this guy hired real quick. I know he's gonna immediately have to turn, so that's okay though. You have not completed anything. You gotta be kidding me. Let's wait for you to spit the straw out. It thinks it's done, but we know it's not, so that's fine if we have to get her set up on the next row. And that's fine because it'll need some more room up top. So even if we're doing just a partial one. There you go. Now you know what you're doing. Perfect. Gosh, I love that combine. That's a beautiful combine. Beautiful combine. Fits really, really well in here. Let's get this guy emptied out. But, oh, so I did add a mod in under large tractors. And this is one that came out recently, but I love it. And I'm going to get it at some point. It is... Oh, and I also forgot, too, this guy we have now available to us, which I don't usually use these. This isn't the mod I'm talking about, but this came with the I can't pronounce it. The Burger Sugar pack. I don't know how to say it, but it has the articulating center, which I actually do not like in tractors, just because I can't drive them as well. I wouldn't mind having a couple of the articulating ones, just because, you know, they're more powerful usually, but then I just hire workers to do everything with them. But this is the guy right here. That's the guy, right? Yeah, this one right here. And the reason I want this one is if we go down here, front loader, that is a huge tractor to have a front loader on. It just looks so cool with the front loader on it. So eventually we're gonna invest in one of those, but that's like way down the road. And of course we're gonna get ourselves some big buds. Probably, I mean, we'll probably get one of each of these or a couple of these, or, you know, whatever. Can you do this one with single? You can do standard. Standard does look kind of weird. And I know this is an articulating center tractor, but yeah, on that big of a tractor, that does look kind of weird. Twins, triples. So like this, like setup right here, like I kid you not, like in my area, there's big hills and there's big fields. This is like the style of tractor they have, different colors and stuff like that. But this is kind of what they look like. This is super common to see where I'm at. So this kind of just reminds me of where I'm at, and I love it. So yeah, I mean, I added those in right off the bat because I knew we were probably going to do that. These are just the ideal. They're just so cheap for the amount of horsepower you get out of them. 1,100 horsepower for 405,000. You got to be kidding me. That's great. So yeah, they're just pretty standard. They're essentially just large engines on a very kind of simple tractor design, which is kind of what they're cool about. Not super high tech. They're just very powerful. But yeah, so we'll look at that. Let's go get this put away here, this barley. We're actually probably just going to throw it into the pigs. So I think after we get the pigs, I think after they burn through the food we have, which is going to take, I mean, I'm going to be honest, to burn through the food that we have with the pigs right now, that's going to take probably close to 15 days in game. So it's going to be a while. But once they burn through the food, we're going to go ahead and disband our little pig operation here. And the only reason, not because I haven't had fun with the pigs, but the pigs are great. Don't get me wrong. I actually had a lot of fun doing the pigs, but I think just to kind of help simplify the operation, and they're not going to make, as far as animals go in game, they don't make the amount of money that you're necessarily looking for. I mean, it seems like we're making a lot of money off of them just because of how many, you know, we're selling. We're making maybe 20 grand a day, selling 20 a day, which seems like a lot, but at the end of the day, it really isn't a whole lot compared to what we're paying to feed them. Because every time we load them up on food, we're probably paying 30, 40,000, and that's just for, you know, 2 or 3 days worth of food. So it ends up not being a whole lot that we're making on top, even when we're doing our own crops and stuff like that. But we'll get them loaded up. We'll still have to buy some more pig feed for them. Let's just go do this. Yep, autosave, perfect. Just way easier to do this. All right, and when you need to loop around because you missed a little section on the end there, but that's not a big deal. So much faster than the New Holland too, which I know it doesn't go fast, but it feels like for a combine it just cruises. Yeah, so I want to also finish this field out, so where it's actually kind of where it should be. Which, can we cut down those trees? I feel like... You keep doing your thing. I feel like these are out of our range, aren't they? Yeah. This one is too, which it seems weird because I feel like our field, we'll probably scale the field back a little bit just to... Because otherwise we're essentially... Because that must be just barely, like that one there is probably just barely on the property line. That's right, I went down, well, that one down at the end has got to be on the property line too, because I went down and tried to cut down as many as I could. But I feel like our field is a little, maybe not, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was, but we'll still probably scale it back a little bit to kind of make it fit, because that's going to come really close to those trees. Because I think the field is also right on the property line, but we'll fix that up. Is that the last of, that is, we need to go dump this out. Before we move on to our next field. Actually, we'll come to this side here. I am glad we went for the longer pipe. I think that was a good idea on this. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm recording ahead. This video won't come out for another 3 or 4 days as of when I'm recording it, so which is good. It's definitely less stressful for me when I have a few videos, you know, kind of recorded ahead of time, so I'm not stressed about getting them out because I don't know, my internet connection can sometimes be unreliable. It seems like when I change it and try to get like a new modem or something to get it to be better, it just makes it way worse. Typical. That's what happened last time I had an internet fiasco, and then there's also just been outages where they're just not working and I'm trying to get the internet company to fix it. So it is what it is. Thankfully in my area there's only one option for internet, so there's no change in services. Oh man. Well, actually there is a second option, but it's about a 100th, and I kid you not, it's 100th of the speed of the internet that's available. So like my current internet speed here is actually pretty fast. It's like 200 to 220 megabits per second as a download speed, and the next available option is 6 megabits per second. Yeah, megabits I think it is download speed. So that's literally the next level up, which is terrible. So yeah, just not great, but it is what it is. But I think I am going to upgrade it, so I'm going to get the next level. And the only reason for that is I don't need any faster download speed, but I do need a faster upload speed, because now that I'm using Premiere Pro, the video files are are larger size, just because they're I don't know if they're MPEG files is what they are, but they're just a large. Oh yeah, we're gonna go feed this to the pigs. They're just a larger size, so it takes up more time to upload them. However, the thing I like about Premiere Pro is it renders videos way faster than the software I was previously using. So I was previously using Shotcut, which is a free video editing software, but to render a video, it would take like an hour video, like a No Man's Land episode. Essentially, to render a No Man's Land episode, it took it between 6 and 8 hours to render. So essentially, I would just, when I went to work, I would set it to render, because I can't use the computer while it's rendering. It's using all of the computer's power, which is crazy that it has to do that for that long. So but Adobe Premiere Pro does use that much. Oh, we need to go this way. Does use that much, but it uses the full computer power, but it only takes it maybe an hour to hour and a half at the most to render a video like that. So it's definitely a lot better in the long run. But yeah, so I do prefer it, just because if I do need to get a video out, I'm able to, because when a video is uploading, it doesn't matter really how long it takes. It's not using any energy from my computer, it's just using internet. If that makes any sense. But when it's rendering, I can't really do anything or any recording. So I mean, eventually, like way down the line, if the channel continues to grow, eventually I'm going to get a second PC that's just for editing and doing stuff, and another one will just be for recording and live streaming at that point, because we're going to do live streams. Eventually, probably around the 1,000 sub mark, I'm going to start looking at doing that, which we're almost up to 800 as I'm recording this. We'll probably be, I mean, we'll be over 800 by the time this comes out, I'm sure, unless, you know, it tanks. But anyhow. Oh, another idea I had for a video idea. Let me see if I can't get some of these little bits there. Oh, outside of our range. Oh well, we tried. Another idea I had for videos was, so obviously I work with other police officers at work. You're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. But no, where I was going with that is, one of my coworkers said that because he thought it was really cool, I had a YouTube channel, said he would be willing to like have me record him trying to teach him how to play. So like it would be another cop trying to learn how to play Farming Simulator he's never played PC games. He does game, but he doesn't play PC games, so he's not familiar with like controls or anything on a PC for games. So it would be me trying to teach him how to play Farming Simulator, a completely new game to him that he's never played, while he's also trying out. So it'd just be kind of funny, just the commentary and the things he would say, just knowing who he is. So I've thought about doing that, and that would just be like an every so often thing. Like maybe I did something like that once a month, you know, just purely for entertainment value, because it would be really funny to do that. Just me thinking about it is laughing. Maybe you guys wouldn't like that. If you'd enjoy something like that, let me know down in the comments, so I can maybe start working on getting that set up. But it would be fantastically entertaining for me at the very least, and I think you guys would find it entertaining as well. To be essentially two cops trying to, well, it'd be one cop trying to teach another cop how to play Farming Simulator. I mean, you could picture how that might go. Oh man, but so he came up with that idea, so I have to give him credit for that. He said that he would do that, and he thought that would be fun, and I do agree. I think that would be fun. Drinking a little bit more coffee. It's early in my day. I mean, it's 11 p.m. here, but that's early in my day. It's my day off. All right, let's get this going, since I'm on Graveyard right now. Now, I have heard word, literally right before I started recording this episode, I heard word from one of my coworkers. He texted me that an email got sent out to the department email that said we are going to go to our originally planned shift schedule starting July 6th. So it's June 13th right now as I'm recording this. So July 6th is less than a month away, which is fantastic. So starting July 6th, I will be on a 4-10 schedule instead of 12-hour shifts. So I'll work 4 10s and have 3 days off every week, and it'll be on day shifts. So I want it to be up all night, which is fantastic because my body's been on graveyard now for, oh, we're coming up on 7 months. Yeah. So I am tired of graveyard. I need a break, and I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like I'm a little dramatic about that. Some of you may work graveyard jobs and you're like, yeah, I only do graveyard, that's all I ever do. And I get it. I'm not trying to say that I deserve anything less than to work graveyard or anything like that, but some people enjoy graveyard. I don't. I really like swing shift, actually. Swing shift is probably my favorite shift to work, if I'm being completely honest, just because something, I don't know, never mind. But swing shift is, it's like staying up late, essentially. It's like, you know, I get off work at 2 a.m., which isn't too late, so I can still sleep relatively normal schedule. And the important thing is on my weekends, it's not an issue for me to do stuff during the day with my wife or do stuff around the house or do yard work, because my weekend schedule is very close, so I just have to shift a couple hours over, versus if I'm on graveyard, I have to completely flip my schedule if I want to do stuff during the day. So for me doing yard work right now, it's like, well, I either stay up all night and I wait until like 8 o'clock in the morning and then I do a little bit before I go to bed, or I try to get up early, like get up, you know, around, you know, 4 or 5 and then go out and do yard work while it's still light out until it starts to get dark. It's just, those are kind of my options, which really sucks. Because some people, I know one of my coworkers can just switch his schedule, no problem. There's our trees, by the way. Our trees are growing well. We'll get those going. That's like the longest held subscriber contract is Maycroft's premium logs. We're gonna get those to you, I promise. We're gonna get them. We're just very slow about it. But it's the tree's fault. That's what we're gonna blame. But no. So anyhow, what was I even talking about? Oh, you know, one of my coworkers, he switches it every weekend. So when he gets off work, he's able to stay up that day until about 2 p.m. and then he just slowly switches it. He makes an art out of it. I don't know how he does it, but it just, his body is now naturally able to do that. My body couldn't do that. I just don't know what it is, but we're gonna get all the oats in one combine load. Nice. The combine essentially right now is almost beating the baler, like if you really look at it. I mean, obviously it can't because the baler bales at a little bit, which we're actually going pretty slow for this baler right now, but I think it's because we're going uphill. That is a big pile of straw right there. Fertilizer would not like that. Actually, it wouldn't mind it because we would do my little trick that I found. If you haven't seen my speed pelleting video, you should go watch that because that works on consoles. I believe it might not work on Xbox for some reason, but it does work on PS4. That's my understanding. There's nothing like coded or cheated with it. There's no like cheats or any weird combination of buttons you hit. It's literally just using the turn on and off button on it. So there's nothing special about it. It is what it is. And if you go watch that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's nothing special. So yep, combine's done there. Of course, I'm gonna have to bring them back up to get that, but that's okay. We'll get that done here in a sec. Goals in this video, don't really have a whole lot of them. We're just gonna get some stuff done. I have no idea what the thumbnail is gonna be. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I know what the thumbnail is gonna be, but other times I have no idea. Or like I kind of know where I want the thumbnail to be. Like last episode, I wanted the thumbnail to have something to do with the harvester because, yeah, obviously this thing is a huge impact to the game for us, a huge upgrade. But at the same time, I was trying, so that was kind of where I was working, so I didn't know exactly if I was going to get there or not. And sometimes I recorded the whole episode and then I'm sitting there thinking, well, what should the thumbnail be? That's probably, I think that's probably the most difficult thing I do. Or sometimes you're like looking at my titles, you're like, I don't know how that was difficult to come up with that. But sometimes it's like, I'm just like thinking like, what's going to be an exciting title that's going to grab people's attention? Because I know some of you are going to keep watching regardless. Like the title to the episode could be episode whatever the number is. Like this one could be episode 38, and a lot of you would still go and watch it because you understand it's going to be what you're looking for. But that's not how everyone is. You know, new people to the channel are you know, they may have not seen Farmer Cop stuff before, may not. You know, they see just that or something plain and they may not watch. So that's also part of trying to draw people into it. I don't know why you did that. Where was that hidden in there? You just spit out a little bit of straw right at the end. Anyhow, I digress. By the way, if you are new to the channel, it's called Farmer Cop, and I say this nowhere near enough. I probably should say it probably in almost every video, but it's called Farmer Cop because I am a full-time police officer, as you probably can imagine from some of the conversations I've had. And I work in a city in the state of Washington in the United States. So yeah, if you have any police questions, feel free to let me know. That's what I do full time. And this is what I do in my free time. This is like my hobby. But I really have enjoyed, like, honestly, like, I didn't realize how I mean, I know this doesn't work out for everyone where their channel grows as fast as mine has, which I know it's still a small channel, but it's grown relatively quick, and part of it's because of the whole community aspect. Like, coming on here, I love interacting with the community on... I don't do a lot of it. I feel like we have like almost zero community interactions on Facebook, which is whatever. I don't really care. But through like YouTube comments and stuff on here, comments on here, there's some of you that comment a lot, and like I recognize like, oh, you know, what did so-and-so say about this episode? You know, I better go read it, you know, because some of you comment on almost every episode, and it's fantastic because I feel like there's an interaction there, and I love that about it. So yeah, so parking this, that's not just gonna fit in. You didn't think this one through, did you, Farmer Cop? Oh, that's right, that's where I was like, where are all the bales doing out here? But that's where we pushed them. So I think the header is gonna go, I think we're just gonna set the header out here. I shouldn't drop it like that, but you know what? We did it. And then we'll fold up the combine so the pipe's not sticking out so far. And then this should back into here. This might fit just fine, actually. Oh, yeah. Like it was made to go in there. We still got a little room, too. Look at that. Perfect. Now, I mean, we're stuck in between the wall here, so we're going to have to... Yep, auto-save it. We're going to have to get out of here a little bit better. So 12,408 liters of oats. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. We got plenty of straw now. If you look, I mean, we got more than enough straw. But that harvest went so fast. We started it this morning in game, and we got up like just past 7. So, yeah, it was fast, guys. That really was. So we'll go dump this in the silo. We're gonna hold on to this. We're not probably not gonna sell any of that. We're just probably gonna hold on to that for horses. Crops that we're gonna do next. I think we're gonna grow some corn and buy a corn header, and then do one big harvest of corn for the pigs. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. But also at the same time, I'm kind of, excuse me, had a burp there. I'm kind of conscious of like, we need to be making money, so maybe we'll hold off on the corn and do a crop that's gonna make us some cash, like a big round of soy on these fields or something like that. But actually, we can probably park this guy here. I mean, we're gonna have silage coming in. Our silage, I'm hoping if I get that in the bunker silo ASAP here this morning, that we will be able to probably just leave you there. Oh, we could sell some wool too, actually, today. Let's go look at wool prices. Yeah, let's sell wool, because we'll sell it there. We don't have a ton. We'll sell that at the farmer's market. They'll need a lot of wool at the farmer's market to make various crafts and artsy things. Let's go over and finish our baling, though, real quick. So, yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish the baling, and then I'm going to get a load of the bales on the bale wagon, and then I'll bring it back in to see if we can't. Actually, what we're probably gonna go do is try to park the hay bales in there. Try those again. You know what? I'm just gonna keep you guys in for this. It's not gonna, I mean, the gap is gonna be 2 minutes, so I might as well just keep you in. So today, later on in this episode, the story I've elected to tell that I think you guys would be entertained by. Probably just unload those 2 bales, pop them out there, and we're still gonna get another little bit here when we get up here, but so I'm going to talk about my OC spray experience, my oleocapricin, which is essentially, a lot of people refer to it as pepper spray. So to become a law enforcement officer or a peace officer in the state of Washington, you do have to be OC sprayed. This is going 16 miles an hour. Is that how fast that's supposed to go? What is the working speed on that thing? There's no way it's 16 miles an hour. Is it actually? Yeah, 12 on that, and the modded one, unless Kyle bumped up he did. God, bumped up the speed. I'm sure he had to have done that, because that's 12 too. Maybe he did it on accident. No, there's no way. But, or maybe he used a different, maybe he just used a different baler, like a different skin of this one or something altogether. But oh man, because that baler should not be going 16 miles an hour. Oh, we could probably turn it off though and fold her up. That's funny. That is funny. What's back here? Is that a different... Did we missed that one last time? We must have. Just a loose hay bale sitting back there. So maybe we'll pick that bale up too, real quick. Grab that one and grab our bales and our rogue grass bale, if you will. We'll park the baler, I think. This is where we've been parking it, right? Oop. Gotta think backwards. You're backing up here. I'm actually really good at backing up a trailer with my truck, but in game you would watch me back something up and you'd be like, yeah, he doesn't know how to back anything up. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about my OC experience, or my pepper spray experience, which was miserable. Because they don't just... It's not just they pepper spray you and then wash your eyes out and be like, yeah, that hurt, didn't it? No, that's not how they do it at all. No, they make you suffer. You got to do other stuff too. That is literally the only thing that's ever made me consider, like, is police work what I really want to do? I mean, I am really passionate about my job, but yeah, oh, man. And right now in the United States, it's a hard time to be a police officer. There's a lot of unrest and a lot of change that's happening, which there's change that needs to be made. The bad cops out there are what ruins it for all the rest of us. There's no cop out there that goes to work and does his job and cares about people in his community that says, yeah, it's okay to have bad cops out there, no big deal. No, there's no cop that does that. Oh, we can also pick up the hay bale here. There's no cop that goes out and thinks that. That's just, you know, 99.9% of the cops out there actually care about people. They're, you know, and they legitimately want to help people in their community, but it's just the bad ones that give us a bad rep. So yeah, we don't want those. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but we'll let him catch up. He's just going to figure it out here. They become non-existing bales, technically speaking, once they get on the trailer. So, but yeah, anyhow. Oh, that one on top is going to... bug me. Get going really fast. There we go. Got it. I actually didn't think that was going to work. I was like, great, we're going to have to go hook up a front loader to get that stupid bale off of there. I'm looking at like the ground and I'm thinking, oh, it's getting dark, but no, it's quite the opposite. It's getting lighter slowly. It's only 7 in the morning here in game. I'm sure these all fit on here. These gotta all fit. Ooh. I just peeled that guy right off the bottom. Wow. That's working out really well. The other stack definitely didn't do that. Yeah, those other bales are in the corner are gonna bug me. Let's deal with those guys real... Of course, I'm stuck in the wall. Obviously, I wouldn't get out of the tractor and then just sit on the wall. Obviously, game. Come on now. So yeah, we have a lot of bales in here. Still, a lot of grass bales, actually. Let's get these guys just chucked to their side, because I want to start just all the way back here in this corner. Just to keep it organized. I don't want to just start partway up and have a huge gap back here. Ideally, they would be stacked along... I don't know, actually. Ideally, it'd be like hay bales... straw bales, you know, and then we'd have just another one for whatever one was overloaded. Because there's probably enough room in here to do, yeah, there's probably enough room to do 4 rows once these guys are out of here. Because if we do 4 rows, then we could have 2 of straw and 2 of hay. That way, essentially, once you fill up one row, you just are you're taking from that row, and then, so if you have 2, I don't know how to explain this, but if you have 2 rows of straw bales, one is going to get full, one you're adding to and one you're taking away from, and once this one's empty, the one you're taking away from, then you start taking them from the one you're adding to and you start adding to this one, so that way you end up using all the bales versus just always using your fresh bales, which I know in Farm Sim that doesn't actually matter if you use the fresh ones or not, but it makes me feel better about it. Oh jeez. This is the whole episode right here, just me trying to get bales into the garage. Hopefully you guys were ready for that. The thumbnail's just going to be a bale. No, I'm just kidding. You obviously know it's not because you're watching, which it shouldn't be. I don't know. Is it? Is it? Was it? I don't think it was. I mean, obviously I don't know. So that's the tricky thing. That is the tricky thing. Because of course, last episode, it's like when I'm shopping for combines, you're like, all right, Farmer Cop, we already know exactly what one you're going to buy because we saw the thumbnail, which I know, I get it, but I don't know when I'm recording. I actually don't. All right, let's get backed up in here. So we'll try this, and if this fails, we'll have to do the Anderson. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of room in here. This is a lot wider of a shelter. Okay, here's where we try it and see what happens. Yep, it went south. Because of those beams. Yeah, so that's not going to work for us. Yeah, that's just... I mean, yeah, technically I could probably make that work, but it's just, that's just too much probably to work with. Yeah, because it's gonna glitch out for here a second. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's the problem. Come on now. Oh, of course. Oh, bales. Come on. Fall off. Make a mess. It's fine. Well, anyhow, I'm going to get these bales off of here one way or another, and then we're probably just going to go buy, if we go into the store here, baling technology. That's essentially, we have a version of that. We have the farmer cop version of that, which, where is that at? Right here, 45,000 bucks is the one we got, which, yeah, round baler trailers, so, well, that's the big auto stack. That's right, he added that in the 32. Those ones, that stacks them, how does that, that has to push him off the back. There's no way that doesn't push him off the back. Ugh, but it's such a risk. There's no way that can't make. There's no way. I have to go. All right, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy it, and if it ends up stacking them high, then we're just gonna get rid of it, and we're gonna make it kind of even out as if we didn't buy it, which you're like, well, you can't do that. In seasons, you can do that, which makes sense if you bought something and it didn't do as, I mean, because if you went to the store and you're shopping, you'd be like, hey, how does this stack the bales? And they would tell you, but 32 bales, that's twice the height of the other one. I can't imagine that's doing that. So yes, we are gonna buy that. Oof, such an expensive purchase. Oh boy. But yeah, it'll be nice to have that, so. Yep, anyhow, we're committed now, we got that. So I'm gonna go pick that up from the store and get rid of this guy, and then I'm sure that's just gonna push him straight off back inside there. But if it doesn't, then you'll come back in and we're probably gonna buy our third option now, or our third backup emergency plan, which is gonna be this guy right here. Yep, that's the Anderson that we'll get. Yeah, that's the one. Actually, this is something I've never done, is baled poplar bales. I don't know, it sounds kind of fun. Maybe we'll do that at some point. But anyhow, yeah, so that guy right there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, everyone, obviously you can see that this didn't work out. That is such, can you imagine having bales stacked up that high? 32? That's 16 bales high. Well, we're gonna drop those off there, because that's not gonna work for us. So we're gonna go ahead and just sell this guy. And buy the Anderson is what we're gonna end up doing. Oh man, that's crazy. That's wild. It actually tilted up like just a little bit, and I was like, oh, it is gonna slide off the back, perfect. And then it went all the way up, and I was like, no, it's not, darn it. So we're just gonna do this, which some of you might get angry at this, but I don't think you will. So that was our test of that. If we can find it in here. So many things in here that we don't own. Oh, I was like, wow, is there another combine on the map? But it's at the Massey dealer. Okay. There it is, 73,298. So let's do some math here. If we sell that, okay, 90. So let me do some math here. 98,000 minus 73298, right? 73298. So 24,702 is the difference. So we'll escape out of here. And we'll do this. 24,702. All right, now it's like it didn't happen. 281. 281. Yeah, regardless, whatever that is, we'll just take it. All right, now we're gonna go ahead. So I sold the other auto stack. That's why our money went up even more. So, okay, let's do baling technology. We're just gonna do the Anderson. $16, $14 for 2 more bales. It's not worth that much extra. Is that? I'm pretty sure that pushes them. No, that's probably gonna stack them up high. Yeah, that probably is. Okay. So this guy's what we're gonna get. Here, we'll get some nice tires on there. Buy that bad boy. Okay, well, now this is going to be part 3 of our try to stack bales in here. So I'm going to send this guy to the store to go get the bales using this method here. NML store, start. Perfect. On a side note, I mowed that section over there, so we go into the map here. As you can see, this has been mowed already, but I just mowed that as well. So after we get all that grass off of there and off of there, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn that into a field. So we're essentially just going to try to, I mean, that's going to be what it is. I'm not going to mess with that too much, but I want this to be even all the way over, hopefully to the edge and up, and then even, and then we'll probably bring this field down a little bit, maybe to just above that line right there. Anyhow, that's the goal. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, if we get I mean, so far this episode is going to be like the first 15 minutes here in the game for this day, but obviously not, but still. Okay. Yeah, we'll get that going, and I'll bring you guys back in a little bit when something exciting happens, which may not be for a little bit, so just kind of hang in there in your seats. Obviously, it's going to be no time for you guys, but it'll be a little bit for me. Anyhow, I digress. I will see you guys later on today. All right, welcome back. I have gotten quite a bit done, so we'll talk about what I got down here real quick. Yep, good autosave, perfect. I have expanded this field, and I fertilized all our fields, including our grass field here. So these ones are all good to go. I did plow this one, which, because I was thinking in my head, oh, we're doing corn, so I need to plow it. But we're actually going to do soy, I think, on all the fields. So I stopped. But anyhow, so obviously this section has a plowed state because I could have gone a little bit farther, I suppose, but that's okay. And I trimmed up the top of it so it's all even, which that doesn't look even there, but it should be. We go into... Yeah, it's even. Anyhow, so yeah, that's what I did there, as you can see. So now we have a very weird, still shows up like that. Anyhow, we have a very large field here. Yeah, and then we'll just use this as our grass field. As you can see, it's got that, it's all set up and good to go. It's kind of nice sometimes to get an aerial view of what you got going on the farm. We'll extend this field over further once we get these trees cut. So we'll probably wait until all this is done, and we'll do all that at once. Yeah, because we'll probably lease a tree harvester to get all that stuff taken care of. And eventually we're going to want to keep going, probably over this way. I mean, maybe do some of this forestry over here. I don't know, it's kind of tricky. What's that over there? Oh yeah, it's other farms over there. It looks like their stuff's ready to harvest. We'll see how they get that done. That wasn't even a hint. I have no idea how they're going to get that done. Literally no idea. Yeah, so as far as land, we're probably going to want to get another chunk of land here soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be like... I mean, I just don't know. Do we buy and go this way? And then, I mean, that's going to be expensive because we're probably going to want to landscape this down. I mean, we don't have to right away. We could just do a field over the top. But, because that would give us all the way out to here, essentially. That'd be a lot of good land there. But the other option, too, is we could buy this chunk here, and we could put in, I mean, is this 30? No, it'd be this section. So actually, it would be, the border would be right here. So we'd be able to put a small little, I mean, we'll probably use that for machine storage and this for equipment and machine storage. But I guess maybe that's not the best idea because we wouldn't have a whole lot of, I mean, the most arable land would be going this way, which we're getting pretty close to the town, which isn't a big deal. But I want to keep our farm on this side of the hill here. Eventually we'll buy this, but just mostly use this stuff out here for more administrative tasks around the farm. Yeah, I don't know. If we go into the map, I mean, yeah, it's tricky. Because this is going to be hard to, I don't know if you can, some of it you can landscape, some of it you can't. Which I'm actually just kind of curious, because if we can landscape this, then that would be pretty logical. We could just build and keep going this way, and then we could build this, and then we can honestly keep going that way. But the other option is we buy some of this stuff back here. I mean, there's other options, and we don't have to necessarily buy it connecting. We could just buy this chunk over here, this chunk over here, if it's going to be easier to make money in fields off of right away before we expand. Because, I mean, let's be honest, this map, we have so much room. Even if the town is taking up this space up over here. Yeah. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Now it's all showing up. But yeah, so even if the town's taking up that space and we don't go past like these trees here, I mean, we could expand this way. This might be the next one we buy, maybe. I don't know. Let's go into the back, because that's not too bad. We probably could clear some of those trees maybe back a little bit, or even just, you know, make a nice big field there. So we got options. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to end up being, but so I made a purchase. This guy here was 29,000-ish, but this is the straw deal, and I was going to go with the Farmer Cop Blue, but I do really like this. This is the black chrome. It just looked too cool. But if you haven't seen this, this is a huge straw blower. It takes 8 straw bales. So you fold it down, set the straw bales on the edges there, and then you load it up. So I put those 6 straw bales out after I collected them all. So I did collect all the bales. So if we go over to our barn here, we'll take a look at that. I set that one out just because it didn't fit, which we don't have super strength on, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so I thought. It's weird when it has that hand pop up. But so we have this many straw bales, which is 28 times 2, so 56 straw bales here, plus the one outside, or the few outside. And then we have these hay bales here, which is 13 hay bales and 1 grass bale in there somewhere. So yeah, it worked out okay. They slid off the Anderson pretty good, but we'll probably end up using these guys first because I want to get rid of these guys. But yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting. Nothing else really happened. Did anything else happen? I don't think so. I collected all the grass, actually. That's another thing happened. I collected it all, as you probably saw, and I put it in the bunker silo, got it flattened out, and it is fermenting. So that is good news for us. We do need to get going on getting soy planted, but I think first I'm going to take care of the cows. I'll bring you guys in once I get this loaded. I don't want you guys to suffer through watching me load this because it will take me a little bit of time. So I will see you guys in a little bit once this thing is loaded up. Alright guys, welcome to Farmer Cop Experiences. Well, that too, I guess. Experiments with equipment. So this loader, you're supposed to load 4 on each side, but I was able to grab 2 at a time with that. So I don't know if this is going to work. It's already not sensing half of them. So we'll just fold her back up and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Actually, it's looking so far pretty good, like it's going to work. Oh, never mind. 4,000 only senses 1 bale at a time. Look at that. Oh, man. I can't even believe I'm honestly blown away that worked. It just shouldn't have because I tried it. Is there a pipe come out on this? What are the controls for this thing? So yeah, we don't have to open the door. It's what I just said. X was what folds it and unfolds it essentially. So the pipe blower's on that side, so we need to pull it from this angle. Well, that raises and lowers that. You can see that moving a little bit. Okay, turn that off. Well, we should be good to go now. We'll see. So it only reads 1 bale at a time, so it only reads 4,000, but there's technically speaking 4 times 8 is 32,000 liters of straw in here. Well, that's working. All right, and once it gets done with the bale, you do have to hit I again, but it's not a big deal. So I do like this one. It's going to hit just that cow, but that's fine. But yeah, we can adjust that if you wanted to. So we could probably do that just to not blow in that cow's face or whatever else. Or we could. I mean, it's kind of up to us. So and there, it'll take a random bale out. We hit I again. The cows actually might use a lot of this. Animal-wise, let's go take a look at the animals here. Pigs, we should go load you guys up too. Cows are going to take, yeah, you guys are going to take a lot. Probably not this whole thing, but I mean, whatever. If they take the whole thing, we'll load it up for the pigs again. The pigs aren't going to run out anytime soon, so I don't have to necessarily do that right away. But yeah, guys, so I'll tell my OC spray story. So I've actually been OC sprayed twice. So I worked for a... Did it jump to the next one already, automatically? Well, let's keep an eye on it. So I've been OC sprayed twice. So when I was an intern for the police department before I worked as a... Yeah, it's doing them automatically. That's awesome. Before I worked as a police officer, I got OC sprayed as an intern, and they tried to simulate the way the police academy does it. So what they do is they have you close your eyes, and then they say 3, 2, 1, open them, and then when you open your eyes, you open them as wide as you can, otherwise you have to redo it. I'm serious. If you don't open them wide enough, they make you redo it. So you open them really wide. And then you have 2 people spraying you. So there's an instructor spraying you, and then one of your fellow classmates is spraying you, because that's part of the training too. So you get to OC spray someone at the same time. So it's you know, pepper spray, OC spray, pepper spray. I'm gonna use those synonymously. We technically speaking use OC spray, but pepper spray is the same. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's the same concept. Anywho, so you get sprayed. and then you get to wipe with your shirt twice, once with each sleeve, and that gets some of it off, but it doesn't matter. It's in your eyes. It's never going away. So anyhow, and they're good to go. So we'll drive over to the pigs as we keep talking. So after you get that done, then there's then what you have to do is someone has they're holding like a mat or like a punching bag type thing, just like a solid thing, and they hold it for you, and you have to punch that for a minute. It's timed while the OC spray is in your eyes, just burning. So you punch that for a minute, and then after you do that, you have to draw your weapon, and you have to order someone onto the ground, order them into a prone handcuff position, which, by the way, there's several steps to that. So you have to order them into different, which I can't really explain what that is. And then after that, then you handcuff someone, and you can't see anything. So you're trying to handcuff someone just kind of blind. And yeah, so it's just terrible. And then after you do that, after you get them handcuffed, then you have to run to a patrol car. You have to grab the keys off the top, and there's multiple keys on this thing, and you have to find the right one, get it in the car, open the car up. Since our patrol cars don't have like automatic open or automatic key openers or anything, that it's not doesn't work that way. So you use the key to try to key into the car. Once you get in the car, you sit down in the car, you lock the doors. You have to lock the doors, and then you have to get on the radio in the car and call for backup. And that's what you have to do. And then after that, you're done. Then you get out of the car, and the academy did something different, but that was what I did as an intern. The academy, I mean, still does stuff similar to that, but it's a little bit different. By the way, getting OC sprayed twice is terrible, because I already knew what was coming the second time. So I think the second time was way worse for me because of that, because I was anticipating what was going to come. But yeah, it is what it is. So it hurts, and then after that you go to decon, which decon is you put your eyes in a bath of soapy water, which is, they use baby soap, so it doesn't theoretically burn as much, but it still hurts. And we're actually gonna get going on, I have the animal trailer hooked up because I need to haul some pigs, but we're gonna get going on seeding here. So anyhow, you go through decon, and then so essentially it just burns for the next 3 to 4 hours, and then every time you take a shower for a week after that, it reactivates the pepper spray or the OC spray, so then it hurts while you're showering. So it's just a wonderful thing. It really is, guys. I mean, highly encourage you to do it. And I'm just being facetious there. You should never get OC spray if you can avoid it. It's terrible. But I've never used it on anyone because I know how much it hurts, and I'm still like, I don't know if they deserve it, you know? I've had times where I could have used it, but I just usually don't. Get those things loaded up. So yeah, that's my experience. I'll tell the academy one. The academy one's a whole nother ball game, so I'll tell that one. I'll tell that one probably in the next episode, since it really is just a whole nother, where is the, there we go. It's just, yeah, it's just a whole nother ball game. Different stuff happened, different pains and sufferings were occurred. But the first time when I got it done, I got rinsed out, and then it stopped hurting. I was like, okay, cool. But I mean, it still hurt, but it didn't hurt as bad. Like, it still was like just kind of stinging pain versus like constant, dreadful, terrible pain, if I can describe it that way. By the way, it's the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I think the taser was a little bit more painful, but also after 5 seconds on the taser, it's over. There's no lingering effects. So, oh man. I mean, we are going to plant soy on all these, so I'm going to go ahead and hire this guy. But no, so after I got done with decon, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. It's starting to slowly go away. They looked at my eyes, and they said, oh, you got to go back through decon. I'm like, what? And the reason I had to go back through decon is they looked at my eyes, and the OC spray, when it dries, it crystallizes. So they saw OC crystals in my eyes. So essentially, if my eyes got wet enough or something, it could have reactivated those agents. So I had to go through decon again, and then it was another 2 to 4 hours of suffering. Oh, it was horrendous. And then I hurt all night. And it's actually really funny the way the body works. Like, when I got home, I went and I put my head under the shower in my house to try to wash off with cold water, because the hot water hurts if you try that. Because I tried that at first, like, nope, that hurts too bad. So then I was washing it out, and I was using my shampoo that I normally use to like wash my hair, because it gets in your hair. It doesn't only burn your eyes, it burns everywhere it gets. So it kind of cleans your nose out for sure. But it burns your eyes, and it really, really badly burns your skin too. It burns everywhere it touches. So it's just terrible. And that's why when you clean it off, you're not supposed to stand in the shower, because then it runs down your body, and you could imagine what kind of pain is following if there's boiling hot feeling OC spray running down your body and affecting every portion of your body. So I'll let you use your imagination to imagine what that would feel like for a second. So you just hold your head under the water, so it just rinses right off. But now every time I use my shampoo, or not, it's not every time, but it was every time for a while. And every time I use that shampoo, because I still use the same shampoo, I I actually can smell the OC spray, like briefly, like my mind can smell it a little bit because it associates the smell of my shampoo with the smell of the OC spray, which is just terrible. But you'd think, well, most sane people would switch it, but it's slowly going away. So now I only get that sensation probably once or twice a week when I use it. But yeah, it's terrible stuff. Oh man, so what else do we need to get done? I think there's something new in the town we'll go check out. I know we haven't looked at anything new in the town for a while, but we'll go check out something that's going on over there. Yeah, we'll go check it out. I think I heard something about where that old farmer was at, something that they're building up there, so we'll go take a look at what that is and see what they're kind of planning to do up there. I don't know if it's just a construction site now or they're actually getting something built up there, but we'll take a look. Yeah, just kind of what it is. I'm gonna get this guy's gonna plant soy on all of our fields here. Well, except for our grass field, obviously, but he's gonna get soy on all these, so we should get a really good harvest of soy. It should be 2 fertilizer states. I want to make sure it's actually working the way I want it to. Perfect. So I did a layer of digestate on all of it, which we have a lot of digestate in storage still, because I hauled it all back. So yeah, that's all in our storage, 123,000 liters still. I think we started off with just over 200,000. Oh, speaking of fertilizer, so Ome Coast, who we're in the process of selling pigs to, and we sold digestate to his fertilizer plant. He said he's got a good deal on fertilizer, which I'm pretty sure it's better than what's in the store. If we take a look here, I don't know how much it is from FC Supply. I think it's relative. Yeah, that's pretty okay. So that's okay. I guess it's the same price as that, 1,500 per 1,000 liters. So, but of course his is like really good fertilizer. How much is this stuff in here? 1,200 for 1,500 liters. That's a little bit cheaper, but he did say he would match a price to lower it down, but we're going to pay him the full price because that's what we get from Farmer Crop Supply. And his stuff is going to be like, it's processed, it's made in a factory, but he's using all natural ingredients, or at least mostly natural ingredients. I don't know what he's using to build it, honestly, but anyhow, he's going to ship 10,000 liters. I ordered 10,000 liters, so we're going to pay him 15 grand when that shows up. So he actually sent me a photo of that in progress. So let me go ahead and just pause out of the game here, and I will pull that up for you in just a second. All right, here it is, and it's solid fertilizer. Sorry, I knew that, which actually I'm curious. I'm going to go look in the store here and again, but there it is. It's getting ready to be shipped over, so that's fantastic. I love helping out our people. He's buying stuff from us. We're buying stuff from him. It's perfect. I asked him after we shipped him the digestate if we could get some fertilizer coming our way and how much he charged and everything like that. So we were able to strike a deal with that, but there you have it. So back to what we got going on here. Let's actually go in the store. I'm curious what solid fertilizer sells for. Let's go over to just the way we commonly buy it. 3,500 for 2,100 liters. What's that price out to? 3,500 divided by 2.1. So 1,666 per 1,000 liters. So his is still cheaper than that. It's gonna be that. It's a little bit. I think that's actually more expensive than that. But let's head out of there. In game, I'm sure it's yeah, 1920 per 1,000. That one's going to be 1,700 per 1,000. Yeah, so definitely a good option for us. So disregard, that is a good cheap option for us. Thank you very much. Actually, there might be, if I go to pallets again, if we go down here, there might be a solid fertilizer. How much is that one? 2,500. That one's pretty close. That one's a little bit cheaper, but that's okay. I'm happy with his. His is going to be higher quality. It's our friend. We're going to help him out, help his business out. So fantastic. We're not going to do his price match, even though he's nice enough to offer that for us. We don't need it. We're going to pay him full price just because I think that's the best thing to do to help him out. So we're going to get that eventually. That'll come and get shipped in hopefully soon. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is get us ready to head into town and keep working on this stuff. And then I'll probably bring you guys back in and we'll close up this episode since it's starting to get a little long. All right, let's head into town and take a look at what we got going on. And actually, I'm going to set cruise control because otherwise I'm going to lose control of this thing. Oh, I just have to activate the lights. I mean, how can you not use some of this stuff? Oh, wait, we need to go this way, I think. Does this go anywhere? Yeah, we can turn off the lights though. We don't need those on. Let's go where I want to go. Yes, it does. Okay. So out here, if you remember, the old man's farm was out here. So there is a new building that's popped up over here. I guess this is who bought it. So we'll go take a look here. Yeah, 50 miles an hour. This thing is very controllable. Perfect. Handles very well. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this is a brewery. So it's still under construction. They still got stuff going on, trying to update it and stuff. But yeah, they're going to grow some of their own stuff here, and then they'll have a sell point eventually. But yeah, this is a brewery that's coming into town here. So space on the dirt area. They're still working on constructing it, and this is an idea that was commented by Red Turbo 66. Yep, that's correct. So yeah, pretty nifty. This is going to be a brewery for our town, and also the pig farmer that apparently needs pigs is somewhere out that way. So we'll go try to find them maybe in the next episode here. But sorry, this one, Helper A has completed their task. That means they're done planting. So sorry, this episode I feel like we didn't get a lot done. But well, I mean, sorry, I feel like, how am I not driving here? Sorry, I had my hand shifted over, so I wasn't on the right keys. But I feel like we did not, a lot of time didn't pass in the game, but we did get a lot done. So that's why the episode was kind of the way it was. I know I mean, it's been 3 hours in game. So not necessarily my typical episode, but it just kind of was how it worked out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the channel. And if there's anything you want to see in future videos or anything like that, or anything you want added to the town or anything like that, or subscriber contracts, all the above, I'm still taking those. So just let me know. But anyhow, this has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys, and thank you for watching.